Okay, hello, everybody. Holidays are coming up soon. It means it's time for gifts, and I just had a birthday, and my sister, thank you, Ina, bought a nice little gift for me. And when I mean little, I mean poquito, little. Today we're going to be unboxing the new Google Home Mini, which I just got from my sis for my birthday. It looks like this. As you can see, it's if I hold it like this, it's as big as my head, but it's actually pretty small. If I hold it next to it, you can see pretty small. So we'll go ahead and open the box. It looks like this. Let me show you all the sides. I got. It says it works with all these different services. Kind of looks like that. It shows some other information there. Um, I can't read it backwards. For me, it's backwards. Anyway, and then it's got this stuff here. I'll read it in a second. Just wanted to show you, and there it is. Google Home Mini. So it says Google Home Mini is powered by Google Assistant. Ask it questions, tell it to do things. It's never been easier to get hands-free help in your room. Know it all. Tap into the power of Google to get answers to your questions. Tackle your day. Set alarms and reminders. Find out your commute. Get the news and more. Make hands-free calls, phone calls to family, friends, local businesses using your voice. Enjoy your entertainment. Use your voice to play music or start a TV show. Of course, TV show you can't start on the Mini itself in terms of looking at it because it doesn't have a screen, but you can certainly do that with your Chromecast on your TV. And voice control for your home, conveniently command compatible smart lights, thermostats, and more. And it says just start with, okay, Google, uh, what is the nearest flower shop, or call Jane's Flowers, or tell me about my day. Remind me to pick up cake at 5 p.m. on Friday. Play Stranger Things on Netflix, which is, by the way, out the second season. Play Chill Hits playlist on Spotify. How do you say how are you in Portuguese? Turn up the thermostat. So, all kinds of things you can do with it. So it's very handy. So for those of you who don't know what Google Assistant is, it's basically a voice enabled an intelligent, I guess, artificial intelligence, if you will, interface that allows you to use your voice to give it commands. And commands can be, like I just read, things like you can tell it to just get you information. So you can say convert, 95 degrees Celsius, I'm sorry, Fahrenheit to Celsius. Yeah, it better not be 95 degrees Celsius. You can do things like, all kinds of other conversions. You can do math. You can do games. You can do play trivia, for example, with multiple people. You can have it tell you a joke. So there's a bunch of information you can get, from the internet, basic info. Plus, you can do these kind of things. Plus, you can have it control various devices in your home. What they call smart home, enable you to do things like dim the lights, turn them on, turn them off, schedule them, have smart locks which can open with a command. All kinds of different things like that you can do. And you can also, store it hooks up to your calendar and to your Google profile. So you can create text messages with it. Everything done by voice. That's the key thing. Is just everything it can hear you from across the room. Everything is done by voice. So for those that don't know it, that's what it is. Let's go ahead and crank it open here. Since we're unboxing it, get rid of this junk there, and so we open it up. So it's got a little flap on the top. Let's see how you open this thing. It says Google Home Mini Chalk. So I have the chalk version in terms of color. It comes with several, I think 3 different colors, kind of like pinkish. Then they have a black one and this chalk thing. I like this one the best, gray. So you open it up. You open up a little deal, so you tear off the piece as you saw. Open it up, and it falls out, breaks, and you can never use it again. And I'm just kidding. You should have been a little more careful. But basically, you open it up, and the device itself is right there. It looks, you can see it fits in my hand. I mean, my hand is not small, but at the same time, not that large. And kind of looks like this. It's got a nice cloth feel to it on the top. The top gray part is all cloth. And then it's got, in terms of ports, looks like it's got a USB, micro USB port. It's got a button or a switch. Yeah, switch, when you can flip it one way, it's white like that. If you flip it on, it turns into a different color so you can see that it's on. It's easy to tell. Otherwise, it's kind of seamless, almost the way the color is. You can still see it. And other than that, it's got the bottom part is got, you know, the G logo, and it's just a rubber surface, non-skid deal. So I'm sure if you put it, you know, on some kind of surface, it won't skid. That's basically it. I mean, very, very simple. And it has built-in speaker, so you can actually play sounds and so on. So anyway, let's keep opening more. For fun, I'm going to drop everything all over the place here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And below that, we've got, looks like we got some other stuff in there. Let's see if we can pull it out. So we got a couple of guides here. We got Let's Get Started guide, right, from Google. And they have these little cards. We'll show you in a minute the details, but they're pretty small. It's like single page thing. And then we've got how to get to know your Google Home Mini, which is another little card also, just a single pager. Or maybe a couple of pages, this one, let's see. Yeah, this one's a few pages, so we'll look through that. And then we have Be Safe. That's for those of us who turn on stoves and leave the house to burn down. They have some instructions how not to do this, and it's got safety and warranty. So we'll look into that in a minute too. What else do we have? Also, we've got a cable with USB and micro USB and power plug. So everything is nice and white. It's got a simple little G on the back there, so people don't confuse this with Apple somehow, even though it was just as nice. And they have a couple little clips here on the cable. It's kind of nice to keep it all together. Just kind of handy. So you get little clips that look like this. Little clips that just spin around, and then you can put the other cables. If you need the cable to be shorter, you can do that, which is kind of handy. And then they have two of these things. One is shorter, one is longer. This is a short version. I'm going to go ahead and go as long as I can right now because my power is not exactly next to me. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. So I apologize for disappearing for a second, but I'll be back. And here I am, back with power plugged in, and we're going to just follow the, yeah, let's not plug it in just yet. Let's go ahead and see what else is in the box. If there's anything under that box, under that deal, and there's just nothing. So basically, the only thing you get basically then is you get the actual Home Mini itself, you get a few manuals, and you get a power cable to plug it in so it charges and everything else. Good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is let's go through, let's get started because it's quick and easy and so on. And so these are the instructions. You can see this is very simple in terms of what you need to do. It's a single page and it says plug it in, connect the power adapter to your Google Home Mini, and it says get the app, which is download the Google Home app from the Google Play or App Store on compatible phone or tablet, and follow on-screen steps to finish setup. To learn more, visit g.co/home/help. Okay, would be nice if they actually put a QR code on it so you can download directly with your device that way, but no such luck, I guess. So we'll have to find it ourselves. So we plug it in. I'm assuming we plug it in like this. Yeah, it plugs in nicely, no problem. Obviously, it goes only one way. When you plug it in, it comes up with this. Little lights flash on the top. So normally you don't see the lights, as you can see. Then it goes through its process. And there we go. Got a little sound going. Yeah, there we go.
Welcome to Google Home. To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Okay, so with the magic of today's technology, we quickly download Google Home app and look on the phone And voila, there it is, Google Home. Okay, and so up at the top there, when I brought it up, the reason I have it so quickly is because I have regular Google Home, and I use Chromecast, so it's the same app. So you can see at the top there it says one device found, Google Home, blah blah blah, and it says button for setup. So I'm going to click on setup. Go ahead, it goes ahead and does its little jumping jacks thing. It says, would you like to set up this device? I click on next to the bottom. It says your phone may disconnect from Wi-Fi during setup. Okay, I'm just going to read it to you. I won't show you the screen, just, trust me on this. So then it does a little jumping animation. It says the phone may disconnect. And now it says connected. And so now it's got a little wave going. So this lets you, it says, did you hear the sound? So I'm going to say yes. It's got the options for yes or retry. And then it says choose a location for your home mini. It's got my rooms, kitchen, create new. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to actually use a new one called bedroom because that's where I'm planning to put it. So I click on the bedroom. It gives you all these locations that you can choose from. You can create your own. So right now, as you can see, I have office and kitchen locations. I also set up a bedroom one. Okay, and then custom name is bedroom, and I'm going to click continue. And it says connect to Wi-Fi. Choose Wi-Fi network you would like to connect Mini to. So it automatically brings up a list of all the networks, and including the one I want to hook up to. So it shows it in blue. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to that. Use this Wi-Fi network to set up future device. So this is a nice option. It says use your Wi-Fi network to set up future devices. And I think it's a very nice option to have because if you set up multiple devices on the same Wi-Fi network, which typically would be the case at home or in the office, it's nice you don't have to re-enter stuff all the time. So I'm just going to click on OK, and hopefully we'll get the information it needs from that network from the last time when I set up Google Home. And so now it's doing a little jumping, that you can see what the colors there show, and doing its thing. So connecting to Wi-Fi. Connected. Beautiful. Okay. Now it's a set up Google Assistant. And you can go through Google Partners, Services and Privacy, and just a bunch of information. Say click on next. At least I click on next to go through all of that real quick. And then it says teach the assistant to recognize your voice. Okay. It says your assistant will use voice to access your personal results like calendar events based on your account. Note that similar voice or recording might also be able to access this info too. You can turn personal results off anytime the assistant. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm in. So you have a choice. Okay, Google. Hey, Google. Okay, Google. Hey, Google. Okay, so now it says it's getting your system ready. So it basically has you try these two different normal calls to activate it, and so I did both of them. And then it records it, figures it out. Now it says getting your assistant ready. Your assistant will soon give you personal results on this device when it recognizes your voice. This should take less than a minute. So I'm just sitting, spinning, doing whatever it's doing on the servers there at Google to get everything nice and activated and connected and everything else. All right. And the light looks like it blinked, and now it's still going. So we'll see. For those while we're reading right now, typically people when they talk to me, they go, should I get Alexa? Should I get Google Home? The answer is pretty simple on that one. Is just you get whatever you want to get because both of them are very capable. Both of them can do a lot of different things. Most of the things you can do with Alexa, you can do with Google Home, and vice versa. There we go. And so this, by the way, the sound you're hearing coming from the Google Home here, Mini. it says you're all set. Your assistant can now recognize your voice. Okay. So it says you can change it to share device and so on. So again, like I was saying, you can certainly certainly get a lot of mileage from either of these devices. In the past, I would recommend getting Alexa, mostly because the Echo Dot, which is their small guy, was very much less expensive, less than half price of Google Home. So considering the fact that it's got so many capabilities, mostly similar to Google Home in many ways, it didn't make any sense to spend twice the money, more than twice the money. But since that time, number one, they came down in price on Google Home. A lot of times they have it on sale for $99, but even that, it's still twice as much as Echo Dot, which of course gives you all the capabilities of regular Alexa. But more importantly, right now, the reason it's not the case anymore is because this is why Google came out with this one, because the Mini is only $50 as well, and so you really don't have any specific advantage anymore, at least with Amazon. They have some additional things that you can order things online from them directly and things like that. So if you're heavily attached to Amazon, you use Amazon a lot, I don't mean that you order from time to time. I mean that you're constantly ordering from Amazon all the time, quite a bit. If that's the case, then yeah, definitely go with Alexa, and it'll probably give you better mileage in terms of what you need to do. But you can still get a lot of stuff done. Google Home certainly has some capabilities beyond what Alexa has on the Google front. And if you're pretty tied into the Google ecosystem, in my case, that's the case, then get that, get the Home. With that said, it doesn't mean that you have to have, it's very nice to have one of these devices in various rooms. So you don't just have one device because they're so cheap. And so with that being the case, my kids, for example, have Alexas in their rooms. I got it for a birthday for one of them, Echo Dot, and then the second one saw it, said I have to have it too. So I had to buy one for the second child as well. So both of them had it. And then I got for my last birthday, I got Home, and I put it downstairs in the kitchen where everybody can use it. And so we use it quite a bit. So we wound up having Alexas in kids' bedrooms and Home downstairs. And then now I got this one because I want, a couple of days ago, or a week ago or so, my daughter came and she said that we're almost late for school, and I decided I don't want to get any kind of alarm clock or anything. This will do the trick. So my sister, thank you, Ina, again, got this for me for my birthday, and here it is. So it's asked me to verify my address, which I did. Then it says add music services, and it shows a bunch of music services that are typical services you would see. You got Google Play Music, you got YouTube, you got Spotify, Pandora, the usual deals. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, it says allow assistant to play music from your link. So I'm going to click next. Then it says default music server. Yes, for default, Spotify free service active. Yeah, so since I have Spotify and it has the biggest selection, I'm going to use that as the default. But obviously, I'll be able to use it for many of them. It says add a payment method. If I wanted to add a payment, I'm just going to click on continue. It says bedroom speaker ready. Bedroom speaker is ready. And it says now let's explore what you can do. You click on continue.
Hi, I'm your Google Assistant. I'm here to help. To learn a few things you can do, continue in the Google Home app.
So I'm going to continue, which is the only button I have now is finish setup. And so I'm going to go ahead and, okay. In the Home app, basically you have options for, like, for example, music, and then you have options for get answers. So basically they give you some examples as to exactly what kind of questions you could ask and using it. So if I click on something like play some music, it just shows you example. You can't actually click on it. So I'm going to click on, they give you examples of what you can do. So again, to recap, we've got things like music. You can tell it play some music, or set volume to 7. You can have volume you can change using your voice, or you can say stop. Then you can say things like tell me about my day, which will tell you based on your schedule and your calendar. What's the traffic to work? It'll tell you about the traffic. Will I need an umbrella today? It'll tell you about the weather. You can tell it something like, wake me up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. There's my alarm clock right there. Remind me to pack my gym bag. That's for the spies who are ready to go to another country on a moment's notice, or people who are pregnant. It wouldn't be a gym bag though. It says, play me a relaxing sound. I never do that kind of stuff. And then it says fun and more. It says, tell me a joke. You can do jokes. What sound does a whale make? What can you do? And it'll tell you what it can do. So, you can talk to it basically, and it'll help you. So then I click on finish setup. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, Google, tell me a joke.
This might make you laugh. Which horse runs the city? The mayor, of course.
Okay, you can do things like, tell me a Halloween. Okay, Google, tell me a Halloween joke.
Why is it impossible to fight a scarecrow? By the time it reaches its last straw, there's nothing left.
There we go. So anyway, so they have a bunch of these home zingers on the Google Home Mini and the regular. So all the commands you can do on regular Google Home, you can do on Home Mini. And so in terms of the volume, they show you can tap the sides of it like that on the side, left or right side, and that actually changes the volume. You can also do it by voice. Another thing you can do is they have these, they made some changes. One of the things they changed is, it says we made some updates to touch controls on Google Home Mini to ensure quality performance. And it says learn more. So we'll read about it more. I don't know what they mean by that. And then they have, it's the button apparently is to turn the mic off. So as you can see right there, it shows a little mic there. It says, you slide the button to turn it off. The reason you might want to turn it off is if you don't want the thing to answer. If you have your phone or your tablet, you want it to be answering, then you can use the you can just turn it off like that, so it doesn't respond to you talking to your phone. Because normally it would take over and it would actually respond instead of responding on the device. It will respond on your. I'm sorry, so responding on your phone, it will respond on your device. Because I have my phone here, right, and I'm telling it like, okay, Google, tell me what the weather is like tomorrow.
Tomorrow in Kirkland, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 61 and a low of 40.
So as you can see, it jumped, well, you didn't see that part. It jumped into Google Assistant on my phone, and then it still went to Google Home to actually say the results, which makes sense. I don't want them two competing. I want, if I'm talking to it, but if I want to turn off the mic, then I use a little button to do that. So essentially, that's it. I mean, that's all there is to it. What's on my schedule tomorrow? Okay, Google, what's on my schedule tomorrow?
Okay, Oleg, tomorrow there's only one thing on your calendar. It starts at 2 p.m. and the title is Santa Fe Social Media.
Okay, so basically there it is. As you can see, I didn't have to do anything special. I just simply went through the motions. The app was installed. It knows what my Google account is. So I went ahead and automatically set everything up, tied to Google Home, the calendar, and everything else needs to tie in. So now it can intelligently respond about that. And you can ask it about schedule for the next week or all kinds of stuff like that. You can also do things like, okay, Google, play news.
Here's the latest news. From Fox News at 6 p.m. today.
More rough weather possible for South Florida residents. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. Parts of Florida are still recovering from Hurricane Irma, now bracing for heavy rain likely from Tropical Storm Philippe.
Generally speaking, most of the...
Okay, Google. Next.
From WSJ What's News at 9:30 p.m. yesterday.
What's news from the Wall Street Journal? Top stories and timely insights.
I'm Charlie Turner in New York. We'll have a preview of a very busy week for economic data. That includes the October employment report.
Okay,
First,
Google,
let's look at the...
Pause. So as you can see, you can tell it to pause, and it'll pause, and it'll just wait. And then when you're ready, you can say, okay, Google, resume.
That's on Wall Street for Friday in the past week, and talk about where the markets may go from here.
Okay, Google,
A bunch of
volume 50%.
Strong tech earnings lifted the Nasdaq Composite and S&P 500 to record closes
Okay,
Friday.
Google,
The Nasdaq
up volume.
rose 144 points, 2.2%. The S&P 500 added nearly 1% Friday. The Dow
Okay,
Jones
Google.
Industrials were
Volume 80%.
a fraction of a percent higher. Let's bring in Wall Street Journal markets reporter Corey
Okay,
Drevish.
Google,
Corey,
stop. Okay, so basically that's all you really need to do to be able to use it. And obviously I'm holding it in my hand. You don't have to hold it in your hand. You can have it sitting anywhere in the room you wish, and it'll hear you pretty well. You can go pretty far back. One other thing I wanted to mention is that when we talked about Amazon deal also is that with Alexa, they're coming out with all kinds of different additional devices and stuff. But one of the things they started doing lately is they've, had their really popular brand of tablets called the Fire tablets. And so they've now been adding Alexa to these tablets to be able to just activate it with your voice at any time. So now you have a totally kind of a little different capability where you can just simply have a tablet that's sitting somewhere in the room, and you can use all the Alexa capabilities like if you had Alexa Puck. And of course, anywhere you take it with you, you can also use it there. So that's a little bit of a game changer in terms of towards the Alexa being more useful, because if you have a tablet that you're using, and if you like their tablets and use their tablets, it's definitely a nice capability to have. With Google, of course, I'm sure it's going to be happening as well. They're doing a little catch up, but I'm sure they'll catch up. The new Pixel Book that they just came out with, which is their new state-of-the-art Chrome Chromebook. It's a combination, kind of like a computer / tablet, all in one, convertible as they call them. It has ability also to always on listening for OK Google. And see, as soon as you said it, lights came on. It's listening to what I'm saying.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Yeah, this is what it does when it doesn't know what to do. So when you use, so with that particular Chromebook, you can actually activate the assistant by your voice. But other devices that Google has right now, as far as I know, none of them have this capability. And now, obviously, Amazon's already shipping their stuff. And this particular Chromebook is pretty pricey. It's like way up there, starting at about $1,000. So certainly not for your everyday use, for your average user at this point in terms of price. But the Alexa thing, definitely you can get a tablet from them. They're, really nice 10-inch HG tablet that they released not too long ago with Alexa built in. You can get it for less than $150, around $150. So with that being the case, and you can get smaller versions that also have Alexa for as little as, I believe they're 7-inch, like $50. And I think it has Alexa on it too, but definitely 8-inch I know for sure has it, and it's like $80 retail. So very inexpensive tablets with built-in Alexa. But like I said, if you're definitely into Google ecosystem like I am, then getting Home Mini makes a lot of sense. You can put it in any room. It's pretty attractive, small in terms of its factor. You can put it on a piece of furniture anywhere on a desk somewhere, or the reason I'm making these clicking noises is because I'm changing the volume with my fingers on the sides there. And so you can put it next to your bed, which is where I'm going to put it. And then, of course, you can totally control it with your voice to do all kinds of things. Have it help you with setting up your alarms. It can tell you about your schedule. You can make phone calls. I can, for example, say, "Okay, Google, call Ben Moskalansky."
Sure, since this is your first call with Google Home, here's a couple of notes. First, emergency numbers are not available. At the end of your call, tell me to hang up. Calling Ben, mobile.
Okay, so you see, it knows that I'm trying to call my son there. So it knows, and it's dialing the number. I don't need to know the number. I don't need to do anything like that.
Hey.
Hey, Bench. I'm just doing a little unboxing here of Google Home Mini. So I thought I'd call you on it and see how the quality is. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you crystal clear.
Okay, and same with you. All right, that concludes our official government test. Thank you for participating.
Where's my money?
You're now part of history. Good enough. Okay, Google, hang up. So we'll rudely hang up on Ben there. And that's how the calling works, as simple as that. And of course, you can also do something more sophisticated, like saying, okay, Google, call the bakery nearest me.
Just as a reminder, emergency calls aren't available from Google Home. And when you're done, tell me to hang up. Now, let's get started. Calling the French Bakery on Kirkland Avenue in Kirkland.
Okay, Google, hang up. Okay, so basically you can see that you can, even pick businesses by categories. You don't even need to know the business name. I just told it, call the bakery near me, and so it picks, this bakery that happens to be, pretty close to our house, and it started calling them automatically right there. So it's an extremely useful device for all kinds of uses. We didn't even do any lights dimming or any other, smart home deals with it, which you can do. But you can do a tremendous amount of stuff with this thing. And considering it's less than $50, it's a steal. I mean, it's a phenomenal device. You can see it's very easy to set up, just takes a few minutes. Obviously, I took longer because I was trying to show you what it is and what it comes with, everything else. But actual setup would be very quick. It's very simple. Doesn't require a lot of knowledge at all. Doesn't require any knowledge. As long as you have your Google account, you're set. And then it just sets everything up and you're ready to go, and then you just start using it. So this is Google Mini, Home Mini, I should say, from Google. And you can get one at the Google Play Store by just going to store, I think it's store.google.com. I think if you go there, it'll take you there. But if you go to Google Play, play.google.com, then on your computer, then you can see devices, and under devices, you will see this little guy too. You cannot find it on Amazon. They have, a hate relationship. So Google doesn't sell Amazon stuff, and Amazon doesn't sell Google stuff. But you can certainly find it on Google Store, and it's pretty cheap. And you can also buy it at Best Buy. They also sell them there. So that's Google Home Mini. Thanks for joining me today, and have a lovely weekend. Bye. Okay, Google, say goodbye.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
That's a good one. My mouse died. That's cute. See, so I need to get a new mouse because the mouse is screwed up here. Let's see if we can fix this. Unfortunately, I can't tell until Google to do that part. All right. Thanks again.